Please, Dan, I'm scared. Somebody's trying to kill me.
Jilly, now what have you been doing to your poor sister?
Here's your money.
Olive. It's done.
What?
You can't hang around in this game. See you.
Well, that should do it.
Dan, you better get round to casualty. They brought you wiping.
His wife's been shot. He confirmed the report, sir. What's the condition of the wife?
Dr. Marshall, I realise it's a very personal question, perhaps not time, place, for us, but...
Have you any idea, Doctor, why anyone would...
Please,
want to make...
just get out of my way.
She's all right, Dan. Bruised, a bit shaken up. I've given her a dose of pethidine.
What happened?
I'm not entirely sure, but she took a nasty fall.
You saw it?
I was there, yes. I heard a gunshot and her horse reared and they both went down together.
Well, thank you for bringing her in.
Oh, it's the least I could do. Oh, by the way, my name's Sanders, Jake Sanders. Your wife might have mentioned me.
You're a friend of Stephanie's.
Well, you might say our business interests overlap. Look, I've got to go. It's been nice meeting you.
Thanks again.
Dan, take me home.
You need to rest.
Oh, please, Dan, I'm scared. Somebody's trying to kill me.
Jilly Stewart.
Yes?
I'm Detective Inspector Jennings, Sergeant Adams. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I should have guessed it.
Guess what, Mrs. Stewart?
And you wouldn't be leaving me alone for long.
Look, Mrs. Stewart, we're not in the business of harassing ex-cons.
Just making sure I behave myself, Inspector. Don't get into any trouble. You certainly know how to build up a girl's confidence.
You don't strike me as being short on confidence, Mrs. Stewart. Can you tell me where you were between 7 and 8 o'clock this morning?
I was here.
Anyone who could substantiate that? I take it you were alone.
Not exactly.
What do you mean? Did you spend the night with someone?
Look, what's all this about?
7 o'clock this morning, an attempt was made on Stephanie Harper's life.
You surely don't suspect me. Well, Steph and I are friends. She was the first person who came to visit me when I got out of prison.
Who did you say you spent the night with, Mrs. Stewart? Oh, it's all right. We understand, Jilly. It's been 7 years.
Very well, I was with my husband.
Your ex-husband, Philip Stewart. Well, thanks very much, Mrs. Stewart. Been a big help.
Is that all?
That's all. Thank you.
Inspector Jennings here to see you, Mr. Stewart.
Come into my office, gentlemen.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Do you know Stephanie Harper?
Yes.
Someone took a shot at her this morning while she was riding in Centennial Park.
Oh, my God.
They missed. She'll be all right.
We just want to establish one thing, Mr. Stewart. Where were you at 7 o'clock this morning?
Oh, that's easy. I was... Excuse me.
Mr. Stewart, there's a call for you.
It will get them to call back.
It's urgent, sir.
Oh, all right. Excuse me a moment. I'll have to take this call. Yes?
It's me.
Yes. What is it?
The police are there.
Yes.
They've been here already. Phil, you have to believe me, I had nothing to do with it. They're just jumping to conclusions, and I don't have an alibi. Well, I was asleep, for God's sake. I told them you and I were having breakfast together. Phil? Phil, are you there?
Yes. Yes, I heard you.
I'm innocent, I swear.
Well, thank you for calling. I'll be in touch. Sorry about that. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, 7 o'clock this morning. Well, actually, I was having breakfast with my wife.
You mean the man that pulled you out from under that horse is the same man who's trying to take over Harper's?
Ironic, isn't it? He's a good horseman.
Is he a good takeover merchant?
I don't know. He's the first one I've ever met.
Thanks, Robert. How is she, Den?
Nervous. Everybody's nervous.
I'm not surprised.
Don't worry, Sass, they missed. I'd love to know where Julie Stewart was this morning.
Mum? You okay?
Oh, I'm all right. But they killed my poor horse. Whoever it was a pretty dud shot.
It's no joke.
Actually, I'm scared stiff. Let's just keep that between you and me, eh?
With Stephanie indisposed, Harper's will be a little slow to react to our takeover bid. Well, yes, I know it's outrageous, Anton, but we only need 20%. Yeah. Keep in touch. Do you really have to go back to work?
It's a good job. I'd hate to lose it.
Cassie, we didn't put you into Harper's as a good career move.
No.
Oh, you're not suffering from pangs of conscience.
Just remember, I'm doing this for you. Not because I enjoy it.
I won't forget. And when I'm in Harper's, you can have any job you want.
I can always get a job. That's not what I mean, Jake.
Just hang in there.
You do know how I feel about you.
Yes.
I will try and let you know what happens at the board meeting.
I'd be very grateful. Jilly, now what have you been doing to your poor sister?
Flowers for Miss Harper.
Thank you.
Some lovely white roses for you, Mrs. Marshall.
Oh, who are they from?
There's a card inside.
Very nice. Who's the admirer?
It's no fun to beat you unless you're in top form. Get well soon, Jake Sanders.
Oh? Who's Jake Sanders?
He's a very charming, very impudent young man. He's the opposition.
Opposition?
At Harper Mining. One thing I'll give him, he's certainly got nerve.
Sassy. Hello, Jilly. Not Auntie Jilly anymore? I don't think so, not anymore. What do you want? I came to see your mother.
It's all right, Sarah. Come in, Jilly.
Like old home week. Steph, I think I'll put these in water.
Thank you, darling. Well,
The police were on this morning. They virtually accused me of trying to kill you.
under the circumstances, you can hardly blame them.
Did you put them up to it?
What could I possibly have to gain from that?
You could, even the score.
Oh, Jilly, it's even. It's been even for a long time.
Oh. I suppose you're right. Look at you. Look at this place. You've got everything a woman could ever want, whereas...
Jilly, I'm not going to apologise for being happy. Now, you and I go back a long way, but I refuse to shoulder all the disappointments and mistakes of your life. You're going to have to deal with those yourself.
Steph, what am I going to do?
You're going to start again. But first, we're going to have to lay down a few ground rules, like trusting each other.
Could you trust me? After all we've been through?
Would like a word with Mr. Sanders.
Come in, gentlemen.
Thank you. Afternoon, Mr. Sanders. We have a warrant to search these premises, if that's all right.
Ah, yes, if this is about the Stephanie Harper shooting, I've already talked to the police this morning, my lawyer and I.
We'd still like a look around.
Those papers are private, highly confidential.
You can trust our discretion, Mr. Sanders.
Mr. Sanders is a businessman. Our business involves closely studying the opposition. That includes their families.
Well, well. You learn something every day.
Whose pistol is this?
Mine?
Licensed?
Of course. In our line of business, we often have to carry a lot of money.
Sure you won't mind if we borrow these?
I didn't really expect you to.
Well, I wish you told me that at the time. I might have thought twice about perjuring myself.
I wish you wouldn't use words like perjury, Philip. You've got a real lawyer's mind.
Would you prefer something more down to earth? Lying, perhaps.
Funny, I don't see it that way at all. You could have been having breakfast with me.
Could I?
Is this really the first time you've perjured yourself, Philip?
In all my 30 years of practice.
I suppose I should feel flattered.
I know how I feel. Besotted. What is it about you, Julie? I suppose a man never forgets his first love.
Even if she's led him a terrible dance?
Especially if she leads him a terrible dance.
Hey, paisano. It's easier when they can't hit back.
Harper Mining given you the bullet already?
No? Here on business.
Really?
Okay, Angelo. Finish off for 5 minutes on the road.
What's this?
The contract. You and me, partners in Angelo.
You did hear me, right? I said 25 grand to buy in.
I heard.
Come on.
First, the contract. You want to show it to your lawyer?
I don't find much use for lawyers, kid. What deals I do, I handle myself.
Well, what are you waiting for?
We are in a hurry, aren't we?
You better count it.
You wouldn't shortchange me, Dennis. We're partners.
We are now. See you later.
Hey, you did it! You bought in!
It's only money. See you later.
What do you think of my new partner, Barney?
I think you're very lucky, Taylor.
Lucky?
25,000. He could have bought 10 fighters for that.
Sure, but he's a harper. They expect to pay money.
I don't need to emphasise to the board the seriousness of the position. But time is of the essence, gentlemen. If we don't move fast, Sanders will be sitting here in this boardroom next week.
Not without 20%, he won't.
With respect, Miss Harper, I think you're overreacting. Our shareholders are not going to sell out to some fly-by-night takeover operator, even if they do get a few cents more for their shares.
I thought so too, gentlemen. But the figures don't seem to bear me out.
Loyalty went up with the Ark. What we need is hype. A massive PR campaign. Shareholders are like everybody else. You've got to tell them what to do.
Thank you, Miss Jones.
Sanders now owns 18% of Harper Mining, and he's still buying. What do you think we should do, Tom?
Money. It's your one trump card.
Go on.
If he can buy you, you can buy him. It's what we call in the States the Pac-Man defense. What you've got to do is start buying up Sanders' investments. In this game, attack is the best form of defense.
3 years at Harvard, and that's all you can come up with.
Can you come up with anything better?
Well, I don't know what the rest of you think, but I agree with Tom.
Right.
Let's try it, then. Welcome home, Tom.
Thanks, Miss Harper.
We should keep this confidential.
So where does that leave us, then?
We won't know for another 12 hours, not till the Wall Street and London figures come in.
You gotta hand it to her. She's putting up a damn good fight.
Too damn good, if you ask me.
Well, that's what I like about the woman. Class. She doesn't scare easily. She just hangs in there with you all the way. That's what makes the fight worthwhile.
How's the arm?
Oh, a bit of a twinge, that's all. Thank you, darling.
You're pretty chirpy for someone who could lose almost everything they own by the time the day's over.
Oh, I'll still have you.
I think you're actually enjoying it. This running battle with Sanders.
Am I?
I guess I just have to get used to the fact that when it comes to your career, you're no lightweight, you're one of the heavies.
Does that bother you?
I'm not sure. Hello? What's that?
Miss Harper?
Yes.
I've got a foal here for you. It's a present from Jake Sanders. What would you like me to do with it?
I don't believe this. What's the man playing at?
Nice-looking animal, isn't it? Stuff champions are made of. I met a few in my time.
Well, you can take it back where it came from and tell Mr. Sanders that he can go to the devil.
No. Thank Mr. Sanders for me. I'll keep him.
I told you, we can't afford to be seen together. I knew the police would question it. What was your alibi? Philip. Oh, joking. What's in it for him? Me. Listen, Jilly. Don't cut me out. I couldn't bear it if you cut me out. Not after all we've been through together.
How could you ever believe I'd do that to you, Olive?
You better mean it.
Damn nuisance.
Not your fault. Anyway, they've done their ballistics check and we're in the clear. That's all that matters.
Jake, this fight is bleeding us dry.
Don't I know it? Can't bail out now, though.
Why not?
We've just burnt the parachutes.
I think we've got him.
I wouldn't go that far, not yet. We've blocked him, that's all.
He hasn't got his 20%.
And if we stand firm, he won't.
Let's hope so.
I was sitting for about 200 people, all buyers and clients, plus a few mates.
Yes, I've added another 20 names to the list.
Oh, my God.
No, that's all right. There's room for another half dozen tables. Now, have we got enough champagne? I want 2 bottles on every table.
Isn't that laying it on a bit? It'll cost an arm and a leg. I mean, in view of the current crisis.
Precisely the time to be putting on a brave front.
Anything you say, boss. You know, you've changed this last week or so. You remind me of someone.
Really? Who?
The woman who walked in here 8 years ago and wanted to be the top model in Australia. You know, I like the gleam you get in your eye once you're on the warpath.
I do like a good fight.
Suits you.
Oh, Jenny. The design's terrific. Don't change a thing, okay?
Great.
Sorry.
You can say that again.
Do you always walk backwards?
I'm so sorry. I was a bit, dazzled by all this.
So dazzled you don't even recognize me, Tom.
Good Lord. Sassy!
Well, how about this one?
Yes, I like that. But perhaps we need to bring down the blue a bit. What do you think?
Perhaps.
Joe?
Yes?
Tom McMaster to see you.
Tom.
Hi, Miss Harper. Actually, I'm glad you're both here. As you know, we've been calling in all our cash reserves. Today, while I was going through the Tara accounts, I found what looks like a discrepancy. I'm sure there's an explanation, but I had to check it out. It's an expense account item. The sum involved is $25,000. Payment approval has your signature on it, Miss Randall.
That's not my signature. Not even a good forgery.
I'll deal with it. Thank you, Tom.
Come on! Come on!
I thought you said you could pick them. I can. Losers all afternoon. You always bet this big? Sometimes. You're crazy. You don't need the money. Don't I? You want a loan? How much? You got a spare 1,000?
What's the matter, Dennis? Had a bad day?
Not bad. Just disastrous.
What a pity. I was going to give you a tip.
Too late. I'm cleaned out.
There you are. Alone. Golden casket in the last.
Golden casket? It's a real roughie. It's 25 to 1. What makes you think that'll come in?
I own it.
Why would he do you a favor? Come on. Golden casket, a grand on the nose.
Golden casket, 1,000. 2,500, 1,000 golden casket, and 191. Thank you.
Thanks for the lift. Yeah, buy yourself some new clothes. I gotta go. Mum wants to see me. Hey! Dennis! We won!
Steph, at the risk of sounding like some wicked stepfather, I just don't think that Dennis will ever have what it takes to run the Harper Empire. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard what you said, and the answer is I don't know what to do. Do I fire my own son?
Yes, I would. If I were you. I mean, you're not doing him any favors by letting him get away with this. He's not a boy, he's a man. And it's time he started behaving like one.
Darling, you're angry about this morning, aren't you? Do you want me to send the colt back?
No. No, not now. It's too late for that.
Oh, I don't know what it is, but I just can't resist these extravagant gestures. Somehow it would have seemed petty to send it back.
Is that why I love you?
I don't know why you love me, but I'm very glad you do.
Shall I come back later?
No, it's all right. I believe this is yours.
What do you want me to say? Okay, I borrowed the money.
Borrowed?
Yes. I always intended to pay it back.
I call it stealing, Dennis.
Call it what you like. I needed the money.
Why? What for?
It's my business.
It becomes my business when you start abusing your position in my company.
Isn't it a family company? Aren't I supposed to be a part of it?
You'll never be a part of anything until you can be trusted, Dennis. You haven't shown yourself capable of running a milk bar, let alone Harper Mining.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
No, what I'm sorry for is thinking that you were my mother. Not just my boss. Here's your money.
That's it. Melanie! Now, girls, remember who's working in pairs and who's working singly. And Leigh, you were 3 beats late for your first entrance last rehearsal, okay? You mustn't start moving up until the singing starts. Right, Grace, you come back here. You're number 2.
We do.
Grace, come back here. You're number 2. Leigh, Grace, Van Dyck, Dealing. Good luck, girls.
Who's that, Dan?
Jake Saunders.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Dennis, what on earth are you doing backstage? You should be out front with the customers.
I'm persona non grata, I'm afraid.
Don't tell me your troubles. Come on. Come and sit down. I'll get you some coffee.
Aren't we a little underdressed for this occasion?
They're not here to look at us. We're here to look at them.
See who I see? Jilly Stewart.
Hardly recognize her. Back in the money, huh?
Everyone in the circus seems to be here tonight.
Not quite everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great night for all of us who are into glitter.
I'll take care of this.
No, leave this to me.
Glamour costs money, and this is a damned expensive... Tom, I haven't finished yet. It's a sheer extravagance.
This could be more interesting than I thought.
What the hell do you think you're doing? I suppose this waste of money was another one of your ideas?
Dennis, you're drunk.
You keep out of this.
It's okay, Sass. I'll take him home.
Take your hands off me.
It's my fault, of course. I should have known how Dennis would react.
What are you going to stop apologizing for?
When he stops being my son.
Tell me if you want to go, Jim.
I'm in no hurry. You've seen my hotel room.
You don't have to go back there. It's no good.
Do you mind?
I take it you have an invitation, Mr. Sanders.
I've always been famous as a gay crasher.
You've never been thrown out.
Never.
There's always a first time.
For everything.
What did you do with him?
Put him in a cab. He'll have a terrible headache in the morning.
Excuse me.
Come on, Dan. Let's dance.